Welcome to Vanpackers. I'm super happy to be here today making that short video to tell you a bit more about our company, and I'm going to present you as well our bestseller, the minivan conversion kit. We're in Montreal, Quebec, as you can hear with my very French accent. And I'm going to invite you to our showroom, make a small tour. So basically, here when you come, you see all of our customer map. Pretty much started like that in 2017 when I launched the company. I was a long-time traveler and I wanted to offer the possibility to travel into a tiny camper van by renting them out. And when COVID hit, right after my first trip when I crossed the US and Canada, then we decided to launch the conversion kit for customers who wanted to equip their own vehicle. And now with the team of about 10 employees, and we have more during the peak season, but we run this out from here. So we rent out the minivans and some SUV converted. And we also have a lot of equipment and conversion kit, as you can see here. We do offer SUV kits, minivans, that kitchen box as well that goes in the truck of any kind of SUV. And we also have our brand new Vanpackers pickup truck conversion kit. So with that unit, you can convert any kind of pickup truck. So let me show you. So this is the backstage, and I like to invite people and invite you into the backstage because it always looks nice from the front end, but it's nice to see how it looks like in the back. We do have that minivan conversion kit, and most of you ask us questions about the technicalities and why we did build it like that. So I wanted to make a small tour again. So as you can see here on the right side, we have a cooler, and we left here some holes with the wood pieces that can be adjusted. So whether you have a bigger or a smaller fridge and cooler, you can use it on the right side. The cooler is usually plugged into the front or on the left side over there. Some vehicles have the plug on the right. If it's on the left, then you have a hole behind the kit at the bottom, so you can put the cable to the front without interfering with your conversion when you use it. As you can see here, and in many different places, we have some holes to put the dust out, because when you cook and when you use your kitchen, you have dust. You just pull it out like this and put your hand. So that's very useful, and all of our customers, whether they purchase the kit or they rent out the van, they like it. Now here on the right side, on the drawer, you've got the camping stove, and under this you've got some holes left, so you can easily slide in and out. So that's the kind of detail that we thought about. And here, if you remove it, you can see that we have also a wood piece, so the stove is fixed and doesn't move. Here on the back, we've left some holes, so when you use the stove, you can just easily have a propane hose and put it like this. That way, the 1 pound propane tank won't move. And we left 2 spots, so you have more than enough for about a week or 10 days of road trips. You will also be able to see in most of the vehicle, like the Chrysler, the Dodge, the Honda, and a few others, you can use a 10-pound propane tank. Every drawer we have in the back, like this one and the 2 ones here, we have a small brake. So we've designed them. You know, sometimes companies use very expensive slides out with the brake, and we just created a very clever wood piece of brake, and that's very unique and we love it. So here on the left side, we've got as well on the drawer the water tank. So we wanted to be able to slide it out so you can use the water outside of your vehicle, not only in the sink. We have the same brake on the left, and that brake's very useful. Like if you just park on an inclined road in a mountain or whatever, then it won't go into the vehicle and it stays like that. So you can still wash your hands or use the water outside. Here you see that box, so you can put all of your stuff in there, your cooking stuff. And you see the small holes here. And if you look at the bottom here, you see that there is those small legs, and they perfectly adjust on those wood holes. The second advantage of those small legs and tiny legs is that if you decide to use that outside on a camping table and it's a bit wet because of the humidity and everything, well, the wood won't be sticking onto the table, so it protects your kit as well. So you've got one drawer here, and you've got the second one here. Same thing, you've got the small brake on the left side, and here we included the sink like that. So we wanted to include that sink that way, so it can be flat and you can put cutting board on the top. So we also have designed a cutting board that perfectly fit to the kit. When you don't need it or when you're done, just take it, slide it, and put it back. Oops, see the brake? So this is additional, obviously it's not included, but this is kind of stuff that we do recommend that you use so you can put all your dry food and all the stuff that you need for your cooking. And here in the back, we usually slide chairs, table, the stuff that you don't need on your regular basis. So you can slide it like that here, but since the hole is not too big, what I usually recommend is like slide the two out, and if you move the water tank and the box here, you can easily access from here. So it's very simple as well. As you see here, we didn't know at the very beginning if we would let that table on the top, but we thought it would be super nice to keep adding some stuff. So I have some customers who decided to add an extra box on the top by themselves. But all our kit comes with those strings here that you can just use it to store a lot of stuff in the back and it doesn't move. Okay, I'm gonna show you inside how it looks like as well. So you've got the rear module of the bed here, and there is some holes as you can see all over. When you install it after the kitchen, you can easily stack it to the back of the kitchen, and there is some holes, and you just screw them with butterfly screws so it doesn't move. And in the front, we've used the existing anchors in the floor to make sure when you brake hard or whatever movement you have on the road, nothing moves. You've got here on the left side and the right side the table base, so you can use your table on the left or the right side. Whether you're on your own or two person, you decide where you want to use it. So it's a very good advantage because you can easily move into the vehicle. I remember once with my family we went to Gaspesia, and with my three brothers and sister and my parents, we were 6 into the minivan. It was freezing outside, and we had a soup at night, and we were 6 persons sitting into the minivan. I won't say I recommend it, but I say it's feasible. So you can open it up, open the lid up, and then you'll see a lot of storage, and you can access to under the kitchen if needed as well. You've got the same storage in the front. So when you open it up, we've thought of everything. So you can put a lot of stuff into that, but you can also, use it sitting into the vehicle. And that's one of the questions that we answer the most is like, I'm about 6 feet tall. Do I fit into the vehicle? Can I sit into the vehicle? Can I sleep with your kit? Well, the answer is yes to everything. Because one of the ideas that you have is when you come into the vehicle, you always try it and stand up like that and put your back straight. And you're like, it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But the reality is after a day of hiking or going and playing outside, you usually lay back into the vehicle, and when you lay back, then you can sit very easily, as you can see from here. Regarding the way to use the bed as well, so if that one is 72 inches, if you are taller than 5'10", or around 6 feet and you want more space, you usually slide into the front your chair, either the driver or the passenger side, and that will allow you to get plenty of space. So you can sleep north to south. That's hard to say for a French guy. And you put your head over there. I usually put my head here because we have the shelves in the back. So the way you use it is when you come into the vehicle, you take that board that makes the junction here. So when you sit down into the vehicle, then you put the table like this. So this is the setup for a single bed. I used to travel on my own in the past when I very started the company. Then I met my girlfriend, and then we did 2-person travel, now 3-person. But that being said, so if you want to lay down like this, you just put half of the mattress like this, and then you lay down. So you've got plenty of space. So the idea is that you can also be flexible to use the kit inside the vehicle. Sometimes it's raining outside. I do recommend using an awning. Since I started using that awning, it does create an extra space outside. So if you need to change yourself or just chill outside, it's very good to have that. Now, as I was mentioning, so when I started, I was only on my own, then we were 2, now 3. The idea with some vehicle is that you have the stow and go seats into the floor. So that's in the Dodge and many of the Chryslers as well. If you use a Honda or a Toyota or a Kia Carnival, you will need to remove the front boxes to be able to put the seats back. Now the idea was those front boxes here, they are separated, as you might have seen. They are individual boxes. You have some handles here and here, and you take them and you put this back on the back to the vehicle. So to the bottom of this, you see the legs here. We have adjusted that per model of the vehicle. So it's so many years of design and try before we were able to do something that fits perfectly. But now if you put that into the bottom, it doesn't move into the vehicle. And when you stack it onto the back of your kit, it also stays in place. That's super important for security reasons as well. Remember that we care about your security, and we also have a rental division with about 20-25 minivans that we rent out in Montreal and Quebec City. So we want to make sure there is no safety problem. You see here on the left and the right, we have added some shelves into the back of the vehicle. Those shelves, they're semi-ID plug and play. Just install it into the cup holder in the left and the right, and then they stick and they don't move. We do rental, and I use the van myself as well, and we've put it in all of our vehicle Linoleum. And I'm showing it to you because most of you usually ask us questions about what's that floor. So it's a Linoleum, and we've put it all the way from the driver to the back of the vehicle. That helps you to clean the dust when you use your vehicle into a van life minivan. And we cutted some pieces here to be able to open back and forth the seats and secure it into the floor. But you will be able to do the adjustment by yourself. That won't interfere with using the kit and installing the kit into your vehicle, but it definitely brings a lot of comfort when you use it during your road trip. Finally, here we've got a space for the outdoor table base. That cross base allows you to have a table outside your vehicle. So you've got the base, you've got the pole here, and the other table top. So if you don't use it inside, and if you don't use it as a bed, you can just use it outside. That's a good way to save a few dozen bucks on an extra table, and it will also help you to save space. And like I told you, I've been traveling quite a few years into the minivan, and space is a big challenge. So everything we do it thinking about that tiny little inch that you save here and here that allows you to bring more of your personal stuff or have more space to use into your vehicle. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour. It was a pleasure to show you again how our kit works. So this is one of our minivan for the rentals. And yeah, we've been doing that since 2017, so I'm super glad. Please come check our website. If you have any question, you can contact us as well by email, chat, phone. You can even write down comments below that video, and we'll make sure to answer to you. And yeah, whatever question you may have, we will be happy to be your road trip partner. Thank you and have a great day.